So you're thinking about moving to Chesapeake, Virginia? What if I told you that there's a small little urban hotspot that's taking over in Chesapeake and is changing the game? Well, I'm talking to you today about Summit Pointe, which comprised of luxury living tied with top tier dining options and giving you a well-balanced work-play lifestyle. But is it really worth the hype? I'm going to break all that down and more for you in this video, and we're going to get after it right after this. Welcome to the Moving to Norfolk channel. I'm your host, Craig Houston, and if you're thinking about making a move to Chesapeake, Virginia, I want to encourage you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so that way you can be the first to learn about any and everything that's going on in our local Chesapeake, Virginia market. And I get phone calls and text messages from viewers like you each and every day, and I really love it. So if you're looking to move in 9 days or you're looking to move in 90 days, we're ready and equipped to help you make that relocation or a smooth move to Chesapeake, Virginia. So feel free to reach out to me at 757-294-8163. You can call and text me at any time. It does not matter. I'm ready to assist you in making that smooth move to Chesapeake, Virginia. So let's talk about Summit Pointe and why this is one of those communities that you do not want to miss out on. We're going to show you on the map exactly where Summit Pointe is located and talk to you about all the things that's going on in this community. At the top of the video, we talked about how it presents luxury living and how it's tied with top tier dining options. And it's tied also to one of the best coffee places I love to visit and frequent on a regular basis when I'm meeting with clients. We're going to break down all those things and more for you in this video. But I realistically think that you need to know what Summit Pointe is actually really doing. This is a master plan community. This is one of those videos where we're not highlighting actually homes for sale in this video. This is actually one of those videos where we're going to talk about the neighborhood itself and the community around Chesapeake and one of the options that you have available to you if you decided to move to Chesapeake. So in this video, we're going to be presenting you with everything that the Summit Pointe actually provides you with, and we're not going to keep you for a long time. So let's just talk about Summit Pointe. Summit Pointe is a vibrant, modern development that embodies the essence and contemporary living. With award-winning restaurants from breakfast, lunch, and dinner, it's an exciting place to dine and socialize. You can enjoy a local brewery, a veteran-owned coffee shop, a med spa, barbershop, salon studios, events, and even more. The luxury apartment living is like no other place across Hampton Roads. Promising unparalleled comfort and style, Summit Pointe is destined to become Chesapeake's newest downtown and entertainment district. The vision for Summit Pointe before it was actually completed is actually to have 1 million square feet of office space, 500,000 square feet of retail space, 1,400 plus residences, 250,000 square feet of comfort space, over 69 acres. Okay, so this location is the newest urban lifestyle community in coastal Virginia. It comprises of 69 acres of prime real estate located in Chesapeake's Central Business District. The master plan includes a variety of unique restaurant retailers, apartment communities, and signature office buildings. Street-oriented architecture offers a way to connect and create synergy, and welcoming outdoor spaces from cafes to plazas bring Summit Pointe to life. The amenities that you can find over at Summit Pointe is going to be free parking, vehicle charging for the electric vehicles, car detailing, and even air pumps as well too in this location. But let's take a look at exactly where Summit Pointe is in the vicinity of Chesapeake. So let's hop on over to the map. So what we'll see is that when you're looking for Summit Pointe, you're going to be looking in the Greenbrier area, which is already one of the most visited frequently areas in the 757. If you're looking for a lot of things that can have all the high-end amenities that you're looking for, and you want to have a less of a commute towards those items, you're definitely going to be thinking about Chesapeake, Virginia, more so than any other area, unless you're in down in Virginia Beach, closer to the ocean front, or over in the Linden Haven Parkway area. So when you think about Chesapeake, most of the time you're thinking about Greenbrier as the main hub for everything. Right now, Greenbrier Mall has actually been acquired by a local developer who's going to be looking to actually do things with that mall and try to revitalize it a bit, and the city's looking forward to that. But in this video, we're talking about Summit Pointe, so let's just take it on over to where you'll be looking at centralized to where Summit Pointe would be inside of the Chesapeake area. So if we're looking at the map, you'll see that you have Norfolk here. right? You have Norfolk centralized to the area. You have Virginia Beach to your east, and then you have Chesapeake to your south of Norfolk. So if we're going down here to where you'll see Chesapeake is at, you have your Greenbrier East area here. If we scroll into this location, you'll see that one of the main hubs here is main street lines is South Battlefield and North Battlefield Boulevard, all the way up to Volvo Parkway. And then you will come over here where you'll see Volvo Parkway has like this Lowe's, this extra space storage, Bob's Discount Furniture, which is recently taken over the Bed Bath & Beyond location over in Greenbrier as well. But then you'll see that you have like you'll have like your Target. You have also just like your Total Wine and More. You have a nice Harris Teeter over there. You also have like a Starbucks. You have your Joseph A. Banks over there, where I love to go and shop when I'm looking for nice clothing to take out on the town. Holler at my man Jimmy over there. If you're ever looking in that area, you're in the Greenbrier area, you're over at Joseph A. Bank, you definitely want to holler at him. Cutlass Grill, great Jamaican restaurant as well over there as well. You can go over there and get some of the best oxtails that you're going to have in the local area. Then you also have like your TJ Maxx, your Michaels, your Olive Garden. You have all of those things. But also in the vicinity of that is Summit Pointe. So let's just look at where Summit Pointe is if you're coming back down Volvo Parkway off the intersection of Greenbrier Parkway as well. You zoom in here, and what you'll have is your Union Taco, your Luz Segunda, your Palladium Avenue. You have Bel Air Avenue right off this intersection here. So all this is going to be comprised of your actual Summit Pointe. And also Dollar Tree Distribution Center is here as well. So that just shows you the executive level that we actually have in this area, as you will see as well. So you will also see, just from an overview here, you have Union Taco, Wires and Hun Brewing Company, your Luz Segunda, which is a good Italian restaurant. A lot of people go back and forth in competition about if the Luz Segunda in Norfolk is better than the Luz Segunda in Chesapeake. So I want you to tell me, if you visited it, if you're watching from this local area, which one that you prefer over the other if you visited both. And then you have Neat Bird Chicken and Whiskey, Cork and Bull Chop House, some of the best lavender margaritas that you can have in the area. The Sweet Spot, which has a second location in Virginia Beach as well too, over by Princess Anne. And then you have the X Golf Chesapeake, where it's basically like a digital golf course where you can actually go in there and practice your swing as well too. So then you have your Bay Barber Company in the back. Then you have your Blink charging station over here as well for your EV vehicle. So let's talk about residential locations in this area. All this is going to be apartment living, high-rise living in the area of Summit Pointe. But for some people, that may be exactly where they're at right now. I think this is a little bit more high-end. So you could see an opportunity here, but the neighborhoods that surrounds Summit Pointe, if you're looking to actually purchase a home, are going to be some of the best neighborhoods that you want to be a part of as well. We have other videos coming up after this that I want you to stay tuned for, where we're going to talk about and break down a lot of those Chesapeake neighborhoods that I believe are some of the hottest neighborhoods that you'll want to be a part of if you can find an opportunity to purchase in those neighborhoods. But if you're talking about residential spaces, if you're looking from a renting standpoint, in that location, here's what I will say about Summit Pointe. It's going to elevate the life a little bit here for those who are looking just to have that more of a high-end feel, and it's for the life people want to lead. It offers an opportunity to live in the center of a thriving urban community with fresh and inviting choices for dining, shopping, and entertainment. It presents three different options over in Summit Pointe, where you can find construction of the Mosaic, which is already complete. It has 167 1, 2, and 3 bedroom residences with French styles and full balconies overlooking a dramatic design interior courtyard. Then you have the Vista, that actually is the third residential community at Summit Pointe, which has 103 residences. It offers new products with 8 residences designed as 2-story lofts with street-level access. And then you have Helix. Helix was the first urban community with 133 residences, which was completed in 2020, and it was fully leased within 90 days. These pet-friendly apartments are seated atop upscale ground floor retail businesses and restaurants. So now let's talk about restaurants. I think that's where a lot of people are going to find value in this video as well. We talked to you about how the restaurants actually merge in directly with the lifestyle of Summit Pointe for those who are actually living in residences out here or close by residences or neighborhoods that you may be frequenting from. So let's just take a look at some of the restaurants that's out here. And like we talked about before, you have the Sweet Spot, which is your full-scale dessert restaurant. I think this is a highly frequented spot. And the other one, like I said, is actually located in Princess Anne in Virginia Beach as well. Then you have the Cork and Bull Chop House. If you love high-end steakhouse pricing, this is going to be that location for you as well. First Watch is a full-scale breakfast restaurant where I think that you will love a lot of the amenities they have there. I had lunch there with a friend not too long ago, and I had the carne asada chorizo bowl, and it was amazing, fulfilling, had so much feeling to it that it was just a great plate. So if you're ever there, definitely try that. Luz Segunda, like I said before, a lot of people talk about how Norfolk's location is really good in comparison to the Chesapeake location. I think that you should try both. And if you, like I said before, if you have already frequented both, definitely let me know down in the comments below. If Neatbird is a chicken and whiskey joint, there are a lot of people frequent there as well too. So if you're into whiskey, this may be the place for you as well. Pale Horse Coffee is where I frequently meet with a lot of clients. They host a lot of networking events in this location. It's veteran military owned, which I love to death. And the coffee is amazing. If you are still a Keurig fan, if you're using Keurigs, they have K-Cups as well there for you, but they also have their own grounds. And what I love about this restaurant is that they have some of the best premier coffee that's actually going to come out. If you're ever in the area, definitely get you a Warthog. I tell them Craig sent you because I believe that Warthog is just an amazing coffee that you can get in the cup for sure. Then you got the Star Cycle Chesapeake, which is your cycling gym out there. You have Toastique, which is the gourmet toast and juice bar. Union Taco has some great carne asada tacos as well. I think you want to check this place out. The carne asada fries are really good as well too, but they're waffle cut fries, so that is a little bit different. So make sure that you come hungry if you're going to be eating over at Union Taco. And then you have Wasserhound Brewing Company. Obviously, there's going to be a brewery there, so I think that these are some of the best restaurants that you can find in the local Chesapeake market. If you're actually looking for somewhere to actually just get away from it all, catch a happy hour, or just want to catch a vibe and dine in a little bit and just take in the atmosphere for a little while. So you have so many opportunities over at Summit Pointe that I think that it's just a great opportunity. So phase 3 of Summit Pointe is going to be the development that would extend and expand the retail and living opportunities along Bel Air Avenue, which is also adding green space, a high-end full-service hotel, and a third high-rise office tower. So what you will see is right now they do actually have available at the time of this recording a 28,813 square foot office space on the 4th floor of Bel Air Avenue. So if you're thinking about opportunities in Summit Pointe, you may want to look over here in this area if you're thinking about bringing a business to the location, or you're still looking for an office space where you may be able to stretch out a little bit more, or just have some that you can already land before the pricing goes up, especially with them expanding over in the Summit Pointe area as well. So with the future development pulling out the way that it is, you definitely want to be already in on this opportunity before everything is erected. So I think that if you are actually going to pull up to Summit Pointe and enjoy the atmosphere and the vibe there, definitely comment on this video if that's the reason why you went there, because I want you to know that I believe that right now Summit Pointe is going to be some of the best use case of opportunities for you to enjoy lifestyle, the amenities of a city, and take in the vibe while we're seeing Chesapeake still grow in certain areas where we didn't think they possibly could. So with the expansion happening that we're seeing, I think this is a great time for you to take advantage of just watching the atmosphere change and grow in time. Now, I will say, if you're going over there for a holiday event like Valentine's or Cinco de Mayo, anything like that, you want to go ahead and get there early. If you can book a reservation, especially at Luce Segunda. I think that these are going to be some of the things that you want to take into account as you're frequenting that location. Now, I do love also one of the things about Summit Pointe that it does have street parking right in front of the restaurants as well that you can get 2 hours of ahead of time versus having to park in the parking garage. But there's nothing wrong with parking in the garage as well too. So you, especially because it's free and you don't have to pay for it like in certain other locations than downtown Norfolk. So I think that's also a premium plus as well too. So now I hope that you found value in this content. And if you have found value in this content, definitely leave us with a like. Go ahead and hit that button for me, please. And if you really could, leave us with a comment about what you think about this video and where you're watching from. That would very much help us as well too. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell. And if you're thinking about ever moving to the Chesapeake area, whether that's in 9 days or in 90 days, feel free to give us a call at 757-294-8163. You can call or text anytime. And I encourage you to watch this next video because it's a banger as well too. I'll talk to you in the next video. Y'all stay safe. Peace.